Bonjour, good morning, FFA, 321 FFA, family, friends, and fans. Moving day, so I'm waiting on Amy to get it back with the moving van with our next door neighbor and current landlord, who's being kind enough to help us move the flat pack boxes that we have out of here, furniture and things that we have here. And our other stuff from the States will be at our new place at 1 o'clock. So it's a big, busy day, and the puppies are all up in arms, and it's exciting around here. But I wanted to jump on and shoot a quick little video before the day gets too long. It's on my mind because we've had to do a lot of this lately. French banking, part 2 or 3 or 4. It's important to have a French bank account, but it doesn't work the same as a bank account in the States or perhaps wherever you are. It's much slower. They take their time with everything. Like I said, they're off on Mondays, and they take 2-hour lunches, and they're off on all holidays, and they're off a lot of August, and so it's a different kind of an animal. There's a limit, just like any bank. There's a limit on what you can take out every day. It's a lower limit than we were accustomed to. I think 400 is their top limit. In the States, we could take out 1,000 a day. If it was there, we could take it. So that's different. There's also a $4,500 a month limit top for using your debit card. That's just what it is. So that's, all those things are a little constrictive. They do still use checks here. That's an interesting thing. We've been writing some checks because, we're moving, and $4,500 is hard to hold to right now. So that's another interesting thing. It takes a while, a month or so, get through the banking thing, and then it takes another 10 days or so to get your bank card. In the States, you can get one the same day. Here, it takes about 10 days to get your bank card and about 2 weeks to get checks. So when you get your bank card, you want to make sure you go and try to use it right away. What Amy and I have found is that for some reason, her bank card correlates with my phone number, and my bank card will work on some online sites but doesn't work in any ATMs and doesn't have a phone number. Even though we've been to the bank multiple times to change this, it still remains and persists that if they need to text her something, it comes to my phone. If they need to text me something, it just goes to the Ethernet. And it makes it very hard for me to operate at all with a debit card. So I use something else. It is important to establish some kind of monthly income into that French account so that you can show that you have French income. It helps when you're leasing. It will help when you're buying as well. So I would suggest that a minimum, put the minimum amount you need to show for living expenses into that French account every month, and then use Wise or some other cash, app. I use Wise. I can transfer $100,000 or more at a time. I can buy a house with it. I have a card that I can use, like a debit card, with it. I can watch the exchange rates from the U.S. and move money quickly when the exchange rates are favorable and convert it instantaneously. If I need money to go to another bank, they send it instantaneously. Yesterday we had an issue where we had to, pay for our new place. So we had set up the agency as a new beneficiary. And we had done that a couple of days in advance. It took the bank the full it took them 2 hours to acknowledge that we were setting that beneficiary up. It took them almost 36 hours to allow us to use that beneficiary. And then when I went ahead and moved $4,200 over to that beneficiary, it took 36 hours for it to show up. And in the meantime, they wanted their money. So we had to hand them over a check. So now there's a check for $4,200, plus they have the $4,200 that showed up this morning finally via the ACH transfer. Of course, they're saying, "Oh, we'll send it back to you," but my guess is it'll take, because it's Friday, we won't see that until Tuesday. So that's 5 days. Most of us can't operate for 5 days with $4,200 deficit. Fortunately, at this moment we can, but just barely. So be prepared for things like that. Know that banking systems in the rest of the world don't necessarily work the way you might be accustomed to where you're from. All that said, there are options. Wise is the option I use, WISE. You can go online, check them out. You can do just about anything you want to do with money there. They operate in over 200 countries, I think. I think they operate with 184 different monetary currencies. So you can change your money into whatever currency you need to. Like if you travel a lot or something, you can change it very easily. And you have that debit card and you can use it for whatever monetary purpose you want in whatever country you go to. So for me, that's been the answer. You might find another answer. There are several other apps, online bank systems that work that way. And not bad to have that as your backup or maybe even as your primary, and use your French bank or whatever bank in your new country you're going to use, just mainly to bring in the money that you need to show as funds available for your monthly bills, so that you can establish that relationship in case you want to buy a home or buy something big and you need to get a loan. You'll have that relationship and that line of income stream going through your bank account to show that you're eligible for that. So yeah, French banking, like banking in many other places I imagine, is very different maybe from what you're used to. Be patient, take a deep breath, know what your options are, and just do your best to work with those so that you can reduce your stress, because money is one of the things most of us stress out most about. You're still going to enjoy an incredibly high level of living for a very low price here. The people are wonderful, healthcare is wonderful, food's wonderful, there's many wonderful things, but you do have to work with their systems, which are different. They're different, and that's okay. Just be ready for that and be okay with embracing the new, embracing the different. We are, and I get frustrated once in a while. I'm still grateful, so grateful every day that this is where we are, and we absolutely love it here, and we can't imagine being anywhere else at this point in time. Thanks a lot for listening in. We always appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you again here on 321 FFA. The babies who are sitting at the door waiting for Amy will be so excited to go to their new home today with a great big yard and an in-ground pool, and they have no idea. But we look forward to seeing you there. And yeah, have a terrific day. A bientôt.